You're listening to Behind the Wheel on RacingJunk.com. You've read the stories of the drivers and others involved in the sport that we all love. Now hear their stories firsthand via our all-new podcast to find out how their passion for motorsports has made life worth living.
Oh, did you see Tom Brady's most recent outfit?
Which one?
Which was this like slick blue suit, and he had this black like fedora hat.
Oh, I missed that one. It couldn't have been. He must have been trying to go after the Cam Newton look. Maybe he thought if he dressed like Cam, that Bill would call him.
I'm thinking, you know what he looked like? He looked like the guy that was trying to steal. It looked like the guy that was trying to steal the Ark from Indy. That's what he looks like.
I totally need to find that. I haven't seen it. I think he's just trying to go looking for the Cam look. So
Well, I mean, I think it's
to be what the Patriots want.
I think, it's just evident he knows things are heating up, just like the weather's heating up. And you know what that means?
Race season.
It's what?
It's racing season.
That's right.
Yeah, baby. It's motorsport season, which is last year. I wish I could have said that, but last year it was like, well, it sort of is. It's, it's online, which, yeah, I know iRacing is a thing. It's just, it's a video game. Sorry.
It is a video. I don't like it either. I don't watch it.
I tried. I'm sorry. It's a video game. It's a bunch of people sitting in their house playing a video game.
Right. But I mean, we have given people some great information about actual motorsports that are taking place at the tracks.
Exactly.
I mean, like drag racing for,
Yeah,
example.
exactly. Because, Chris did just recently win a rather unusual drag race recently.
I am a one and only international champion. How's that feel? Your co-host.
Are you really international?
Is a world champion? Yes. Are you kidding me? Some of those drag racing drivers are international.
Yeah, they are. You're not.
That's what. Hey, I was out there and I won. So, for those of you that think I've lost my mind again, Ellen's talking about this past a few weeks ago at the Gator Nationals, kicking off the 2021 NHRA drag racing season. By the way, 4 wides are coming up.
That's right. I'm excited.
I'm excited about that too. I'm gonna try to get down there.
I wish I could make it.
I drag raced a Class C motorhome.
That's right.
For Camping World, and I won against my brother and compatriot Ian Baker. He beat me on the start because I was too busy looking around and waving at the crowd, and I wasn't paying any attention to the tree. But in pure Chris fashion, because
you took off anyway.
That's right. I am talent incarnate. I won.
You did barely, but you won.
I think we got up to like 67 miles an hour.
Yeah, I could look like y'all were going to like 45 miles an hour, and I was like, it looks like they're barely moving, but they're going. They are going.
It was so great.
I can't wait for fire to come out the back of the motorhomes,
Well, it's funny. Some of the great folks from NHRA that we've interviewed here on Behind the Wheel, like Leah and stuff like that, they came up to me after the race and they were like, "Oh my God, we can't believe you won." And I was like, "What do you wait a minute? That's not in the oh my God, I can't believe you won." It was, "Oh my God, I can't believe you won." And I was like, "Wait a minute."
I'll be honest. When you told me you were doing it, you were texting me before you left, like, "Okay, what are some tricks?" I'm like, "Well,
I was texting you while I was in the vehicle.
I know. I was like, well, number one, ask the drivers. Number two, I'm like, oh God, Chris, just do not rate this thing. I'm waiting for it to go sideways on the track. You'd be like coming across the finish on the side of the motorhome, and people from Camping World going, "You tore our motorhome up."
Well, it was funny. One of the and the NHRA folks, by the way, tip of the hat, you fantastic group of people.
Yes.
I had one of the officials come up to me as we were pulling the motorhomes into the starting area, and I said, "Hey, man, you got any tips for me? I want to beat. I love Ian, but I want to beat him. You got any tips for me?" And he just looked at me. He removed his headphones and he said, "Do you have a helmet?" And I said, "Do I need a helmet?"
Yeah.
And he patted me on the shoulder and said, "No, you'll be fine." And if that doesn't cast a shadow of doubt right before you get around me, because I'm on the track.
Oh my God! I thought you needed. Yeah, if he thought you needed a helmet inside a motorhome,
and I could see it in his face. I could see it in his face. He was like, "Dumbass." I mean, that's what was in his face. It wasn't a kindly, gentle, "Oh, you'll be okay." It was, "You'll be all right."
Good luck, dude.
Yeah, like go on, stick the fork in the outlet. You'll be out. That's what it was like.
It was so good to see you go live racing because, I think a lot of us have been sitting on the sidelines watching racing, last year. And when things finally opening up, it's good to see, us all go racing again and people get out there and race again. So that's why I'm kind of excited because not only was your race live, now this we got an event we're going to be talking about today with our latest Behind the Wheel guest that is a live event. And it's not only a live event, it's not just racing. It's everything you could ask for if you're a two-wheel fan.
You know what? And that's the thing that blows me away because a lot of people don't realize, there are some racing events that are out there. There are some motorsports events that are back live. Exactly. And when you told me about today's guests and the event that they were going to be talking about, I was blown away after I did a little bit of research. I was like, whoa, this is a first-time event. And with everything they have going on, I was like, why has this not happened before?
Exactly.
This is an amazing, amazing event with so much stuff spread over 2 days that it pretty much checks the boxes for anybody who is a motorsports or racing fan, especially if you like the two-wheel style. What are we talking about? Well, you're going to find out when Behind the Wheel on Racing Junk continues next.
Attention racers, race fans, and gearheads. If you're looking to buy, sell, or trade the stuff that stokes your engine, then check out RacingJunk.com. RacingJunk.com is the world's #1 online racing and performance classifieds, where you'll find what you need to rock your ride. Check us out at RacingJunk.com. Racing and performance classifieds built to go fast.
All right, welcome back to Behind the Wheel on RacingJunk.com. And, Ellen knows as well as I do that when I say coming in on two-wheel motion, the rest of this interview is going to mean a little bit different. We're actually talking about the correct and good two-wheel motion. Joining us, I got Sean Laughlin and Michael Locke. Sean, you're the Vice President of JMP Cycles, and Michael, CEO of American Flat Track. Did I get both of those right in that order?
Yes, yeah, that's right.
Awesome. Well, gents, thank you so much for joining us. Sean, let's start with you. Why don't you give us a little sneak peek into the Get On Motofest, which is coming up?
Yeah, so this is a first-time event that is going to be presented by J&P Cycles as well as Revzilla and Cycle Gear, the three big retailers for two-wheel riders.
Right.
And the first part is the venue. It's at the Texas Motor Speedway and at the Texas Half Mile Track. Two great locations that just are perfect to have a power sports event.
Right.
And they've never really had a motorcycle event of this scale. Michael has had American Flat Track races there, but what we're doing is we're bringing in original equipment manufacturers to do test rides, like Indian Motorcycle, Kawasaki, BMW. Ooh. Yeah. We're offering people their very first ride. So if you've never thrown a leg over a motorcycle before, but you've always wanted to try, we're going to be able to do that for folks for free. And that's really never been done before. We'll have a custom bike show, and we could talk a little bit about that. Mm-hmm. But the best part and the thing that people want to stay for is under the lights on Saturday night. It's America's original extreme sport, right, Mike? It's flat track racing.
Texas Motor Speedway is a great spot. I love that whole Dallas-Fort Worth area. Tell me a little bit about why flat track and now bringing the bikes there. What was the impetus behind it?
Oh yeah, look, you're right, Chris. It's an exciting venue. Geographically located between Dallas and Fort Worth, so it reaches 4 million people in easy access. And the NASCAR track's very imposing. But we race at the half mile, the dirt half mile, right next to the NASCAR track, and it's called Texas Gumbo Clay.
Texas Gumbo
I know. I know that always brings a smile to everybody's face.
Sounds delicious.
I was going to say, that sounds like a great event.
I could make you a Texas Gumbo yellow clay sandwich if you like.
Oh, no.
I'll pass on that. We got that North Carolina red dirt clay over here all the time, so we'll pass on that.
Which is my favorite, actually. The Georgia Carolina red clay is my favorite. But the thing about Texas, the dirt down there at Texas Motor Speedway, is that it is totally unique. There is no other track we go to in the country with that chemical and soil composition. And without getting too technical, it means for really technical, fast racing. That's one of the characteristics of our half-mile racing at Texas Motor Speedway. It is fast and furious.
I was going to say, the clay actually gives you a little bit more support and grip for some of the smallers, right?
Yeah, it does. There is a unique thing about motorcycle flat track racing. Actually, there's a couple of unique things. The first one is that the riders deliberately lose traction. So it's almost the opposite of a lot of professional motorsports where they're trying to gain as much traction as possible.
Right.
In flat track racing, you are trying to lose traction. You are trying to slide. Reason being, you have no front brake.
That's true.
You're riding up to 140 miles an hour on dirt, on loose dirt, with no front brake. And you might ask yourself, why is there no front brake?
Because why not?
As soon as they hit the front brake, they'll be on their butt.
Yeah, I was going to say, they're flipping,
So really the whole characteristic, the technical characteristic of motorcycle flat track racing is rider and machine against the dirt. It's like a dance, if you like. It's like a little bit of a dangerous, fast dance, but it's a dance of how you get round that dirt oval as fast as humanly possible without using brakes. It's sliding, it's throttle control, it's backing the bike in, getting sideways motion to offset the forward motion. It's really a great visual spectacle, and I don't think there are many better tracks in the country to do it than the Black Gumbo down at Texas Motor Speedway.
Absolutely. So what was the thought? I mean, because this is the first one, the Get On Motofest, which is at the Texas Motor Speedway, May 21st through the 23rd. And gents, if you don't mind, tell me, how did it come about?
Well, we're in the middle of a pandemic, right? Like 15 months ago,
what?
And everything stopped. and that was the bad news. But the good news is it gave us some time to pause and go, hey, what does it look like coming out the other side? And if we could create this, this perfect motorcycle lifestyle event for people that have never experienced it before, as well as people that are, the hardest core riders, what would that look like? And we put a list together of everything that we would want to have there. And, American Flat Track Racing was obviously very high on that list. And then the rest just became reaching out to our contacts in the industry, reaching out to builders, reaching out to folks that have put on motorcycle culture like art shows, people that were doing different experiences that we could bring in, and bringing them all together in one place, which is really what this is kind of doing for the very first time.
Yeah. And Michael, I got to tell you, Michael and Sean, both of you, tip of the hat, because most of the two-wheel events that I go to, you do not include that novice component, those folks that are just looking to kind of dip their toe into the industry. Was that the first thing on the table, or was it added later? I mean, because that's very unique to motorcycle events.
It's funny, Chris, that a lot of people think of motorcycling as a really kind of niche, almost stereotype things with hairy big guys riding big loud bikes. And
right.
That's how.
Isn't that a gang?
I mean, that was my birthday last year, so I mean, he's right on.
No, then Chris fell off, and I kicked him out of the club.
That's right.
Well, that is the stereotype of our sport, our hobby, but it's not actually the reality. And Sean will tell you better than I, but the last year has seen this remarkable renaissance of motorcycling. That in a year where people have had to work from home and they've been fearful of leaving the house and mixing with other people, the penny dropped and people thought, hold on, I can ride a motorcycle. It's perfect social distancing. Yeah, it's
right.
a perfect way of getting out of the house. And motorcycles sales, whether they be pre-owned or new, have boomed in the last 12 months because people have rediscovered America. They've rediscovered getting out of cities and enjoying the country in a safe way on two wheels, relatively inexpensive, doesn't use a lot of gas, and the freedom has been the thing that's got people going. And we've seen it in the sport as well. People have come back to the sport, whether they're watching streaming or the TV broadcast or events where we've been able to sell tickets, or even competitors. We've seen this huge boom because people are starting to look at motorcycling differently. It's not Easy Rider anymore. It's it's a healthy modern way of getting out of the house, and it's changed things immeasurably. And I think this festival over the weekend is genius. It's genius because what it shows people is motorcycling can be for you. There's all kinds of motorcycling, and look at the sport as well. Look at this other aspect of it, these professional racers. So we're so excited about this. We're really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I got to tell you, I was really intrigued, especially when Sean was going through giving me the description of some of the things that were there. And Sean, if you don't mind, continue on. Let's say I just got the ticket, I just arrived. What am I going to see when I get to the Get On Fest?
Yeah, it's all about experience. It's all about throwing a leg over. If you've got your kids, we have got a demo area for 5 to 7-year-olds to do a electric assist throttle kids bike.
Oh, those are so cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
And when you see these 5-year-old girls and these 5-year-old boys that get on and they twist that throttle, you see it, right? Like it takes you back to being a kid in that first ride. And then we've also got test rides for people that are licensed motorcyclists. We have this thing called the XDL Wheelie Experience, where anybody, even if you don't have a motorcycle license, can experience what it's like to do probably one of the most dangerous things you would ever do on two wheels, which is to get up on one wheel. But it's all completely safe and hydraulic. It's a great selfie opportunity.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's awesome.
Yeah, right.
The other thing that's really cool in the two-wheel world is how our industry is starting to evolve into electric. And we will have the world debut of a brand new electric dirt motorcycle, which is based in Texas. It's called Volcon, VOLCON, e-Power Sports. And this is an electric off-road motorcycle that it has 75 foot-pounds of torque. And it goes 60 miles per hour. So not only is it a performance machine, but it's quiet. So ranchers, hunters, they love the fact that they can get around their land, around their ranch, get to their tree stand on two wheels and have a ton of fun doing it.
Holy smokes. Yeah. I mean, my ears perked up on that one. I was like, electric motorcycle. And then you said,
I was just about to ask, because know, we definitely want to get race fans out to this. Please tell me that's going to be raced.
As long as there's going to be two of them there, I guarantee you there will be a race.
I was going to say that would be, they need to be drag raced together, because that would be awesome. I mean, I know, believe it or not, NHRA is talking about going the electric route, which I can't picture that in my mind, because it's loud, it's smelly, it's knock you out with
in all the right ways too.
Yeah, it's all
in all the best ways. Yeah,
all the best ways. Like, I like the power when it goes by me. I want to feel that.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's the most beautiful chaos you're gonna find on a flat track.
Exactly. So that's why you're talking about going electric. I'm like, what are we going to hear? Like,
but 60 miles an hour for an electric bike? I mean, that just kind of shows you. Yeah, that just shows you how far technology has come.
Off-road too. Chris, I haven't heard a lot about off-road electric. I mean, I have heard, electric vehicles. We've, seen the Priuses. We've seen the little smart cars and stuff like that. And of course, that's the way Volkswagen's going. But
well, I mean, we have electric RVs coming, so
that's true. That's true. I forgot about that. Mm-hmm. But I can't seem to wrap my mind around the power of racing and electric. I mean, I can, but I don't know. It just doesn't. It's not sitting with me. I'm old school. Sorry.
And speaking of, I know the racing component was a big thing you wanted to know more about too.
Yes, exactly. I want to know, number one, I mean, this is definitely something in racing that our race fans need to come out and see, because we all are struggling to wrap our minds around the electric of racing. But I'm also interested in just knowing why fans would want to come out and see the races there. You know, you talked about the flat track racing. Tell us about how exciting that is, how different that is. Like, I've seen motorcycle races myself, mostly at like VIR and that kind of thing. Will fans be able to be a little closer? Will they be able to see pretty much the whole track there? How will that go about?
One of the great things about flat track racing, and one of the reasons why we've had such a resurgence in it, is that as a spectator, you can do two things that are difficult in a lot of motorsports. One is you can sit in your grandstand seat and you can see the whole track.
There you go.
So you can see the start-finish line, which will be right in front of you because the grandstand is always on the start-finish line side.
Nice.
So you can see the start of a race and you can follow the development of the race. It's a half-mile dirt oval. You can see the whole thing.
There you go.
So unlike sports where maybe they dip under a bridge and then go around a hill and
exactly, Formula One type stuff, right?
Yeah, it's like, what is this, Monaco?
Yeah.
But this is a race that you can follow the development of it right in front of you. That's the first thing.
I love that.
The second thing is that during the course of the evening, we have 9 races.
Nice.
And the longest one is 15 minutes long.
Really?
Some of them.
That way you don't get bored. It's not 4 hours long.
Yeah.
So if the last race you saw was a bit boring, the next one won't be.
Exactly.
And so in an age where people say we're kind of the ADD generation.
Oh, God, yeah.
Entertain me. Come to flat track. You'll be entertained. And nothing goes on very long. So it is bang, bang, bang. And
but it's fun.
That's how we're getting this new young audience to the sport. What was a very traditional sport. We have this huge increase of young people watching flat track because it is all action all the time.
Exactly. Yes. And it's also in the dirt. And I'm sorry, I'm a huge proponent of dirt racing. Yeah. So, because that's where it was born.
Yeah. Well, I mean, taking a corner on dirt's a lot of fun. Taking a corner on a bike on dirt is going to be amazing to watch.
Exactly. So I also want to know, I was very interested to see this part, the Moto Ladies 6th Annual Women's Motorcycle Show. I'm all about women getting into the sport. We're seeing more and more women get into the sport, but I don't see it as much on motorcycles. Well, I do on the NHRA side, but I'm really interested in knowing about, getting more women involved in this two-wheel sport. So tell me about the show there.
So, Ellen, I would point out that women are the fastest growing segment of motorcycling. And that's even before the pandemic. But it continues to grow in the last 18 months. And not only is it women that are passengers that are deciding to ride their own bikes, but it's a new generation of women that just aren't intimidated by it and they want to master it. So the Moto Lady Women's Show is basically put on by a woman named Elisa Elding, and she's from California. And she had done this show in California for about 5 years. And we invited her and said, hey, could you pick up the show and bring it to our event in Texas and include all of your female builders, all of your female artists and craftspeople, and really showcase for women that come visit this event that not only can they do it, but they can actually do it in a lot of cases better than you. And Alicia's got a huge following in social media. In fact, she just released the book on women's motorcycling.
Oh, like an actual book?
Yeah. It's this beautiful, rich history of women in motorcycling. She's going to debut it at the festival.
Oh,
nice.
And it's just it inspires everybody who rides, and it especially inspires women who are thinking about picking up the sport. So we're super stoked to have her there.
Wow, that is so. I mean,
I'm just about that. That's cool.
Yeah. I was going to say I'm picking up so many good nuggets about this. I think a lot of planning, a lot of thought went behind what's going to be the most mass accepted two-wheel event. I think you guys nailed it there.
Exactly, and I hate to ask, but Sean, could you maybe hook us up with Alicia at some point as well?
You know what? I think she would love to be on your show.
That would be wonderful.
She would love to talk about women in racing. In fact, one of the most successful racers in American flat track Tech is Shayna Texter, and she's this incredible story going out there in a line with 8 guys and smoking all of them, doing it every Saturday night. Well, not every Saturday night, but she's having a good season so far.
Right. I remember seeing some of her stuff on TikTok. Yeah.
I was going to say, Chris is going to kill me. He hates it. He's like, why are you always getting women on here? I'm like, because the guys don't want to be interviewed.
When have I ever said that? I'm like, no, it's about time we start shining the spotlight on,
Yeah. He's also said, why is it always women? I'm like, because they actually want to talk.
And then end up going to events like I did the Gator Nats this year.
Yeah, Gator Nats.
All the Force folks came up and they're like, thank you guys. You're actually getting women on there. Thank you. I was like, hey man, that's what we do.
Did Brittany actually tell you that, or did she tell you to leave her RV and stop stalking her?
Well, both. Both. But I mean, there's only one that's important. And it's the one that means I can also no longer go to the state of Florida anymore. Now, Sean, this is something that kind of hits home for you because I know J&P is probably excited about this portion too. But tell me about the bike builder portion of the show.
Yes.
Yeah. So, I mean, a lot of the reason why people, whether you ride a motorcycle or you don't.
Oh, we lost you again, man. I'm sorry.
Say, get closer to your mic, Sean. Keep going in and out. I'm sorry.
So sorry, buddy.
I'm going to have to just keep talking because it seems like when I stop talking, it goes off. But one of the main reasons that people come to these events is to see custom bikes, right? From car shows, custom motorcycle shows. So we said, all right, if we could get any custom bike show, which one would we get? And so we brought in the AMD World Champion affiliate, and this is the only North American affiliate show in 2021.
Oh, wow.
So the best motorcycle builders across the country who haven't had a motorcycle show, quite frankly, in the last 12 months, are going to be bringing everything, all their pandemic projects to show for the very first time. And the winner not only gets $10,000, but they're going to get a free trip to Europe, compete in the world in 2022 against obviously the best builders on every single continent.
Wow.
So it's in that world, right? And it is these worlds of builders. It's a niche of a niche.
Yeah.
But these men and women are going to really be bringing their A game.
I mean, not only that, you're going to have them coming out of the woodworks because for a chance to compete at Worlds and get that notoriety. And with this being, it sounds like the only option to get out there, you've probably been flooded with entrants, haven't you?
Yeah. I mean, the only hard part, at least in the United States, is folks from Canada are still having a hard time getting into the U.S. So some can, some can't. Folks from Europe can't come over to see this show. So we're trying to make it as virtual as possible for people that can't come into the U.S. yet. But it's going to be a great show, and the bikes that are going to be there are going to be some of the nicest custom motorcycles that people have ever seen.
Yeah, see, that's something that I would that's something that I would just love. I could spend a couple of days walking around just looking at that, which is why I'm glad you got it going for a couple of days. So.
Yeah, I was going to say, now you're saying people can actually see some of the bikes virtually as well if they can't come out?
Well, I mean, it's going to be covered so much in social media, so much in the custom bike scene. But what I really meant by that is the builders that are going to be, in Japan and over in Europe that are sizing up their competition are going to have to figure out a way to see it without actually being able to get here physically in Texas.
Oh, that's a nice little component, though. Yeah,
right?
That's actually a really nice little teaser component.
Yeah, I mean, I'm dying to see some of these bikes that have been built because, I used to get into all those shows, including Alexis DeJoria's ex-husband's show, and I had to throw that out there. Sorry. So I think it's neat to watch some of these bikes be built. So it'd be neat to see. I mean, I've seen some of these car shows where they brought out these, cars that have been
just
built.
crazy mods. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Which speaking of, Sean, have you had a chance to get a sneak peek at some of the builds?
They keep that stuff pretty close to the vest, especially new bikes. They want to really reveal them right there on site. But sometimes it's not so much how it looks from 20 yards away, but when you get 2 feet away, you realize that every single piece on that bike has been hand fabricated, and the level of detail and craftsmanship is remarkable. And by the way, they all have to run. You actually have to ride.
Well, yeah, duh. Yeah, they can't just stand still no more.
Right.
That's no fun.
You got to be able to start it up and run it. It can't just be a trailer queen.
Right. A mobile refrigerator. Yeah.
I was going to say, you guys should take it a step further, and whoever like the 2 top 4 builders are, they have to race. Whoever wins is the battle of the builder. Sorry, I've got the racing component in there.
Probably spend a little less time on the laser etching and spend a little bit more time on the engine.
Yeah, I'm sure they would.
Yeah, because I was going to say, if you've had a chance to see some of them, is there one that you're really excited, or maybe a builder you're really excited to have out there that you think is going to bring the A game that could possibly win?
It's such a matter of taste.
Right.
A lot of the cafe, like the cafe racers, people love those, and they've got a vintage cool about them. Personally, here in Texas, there's a big chopper scene.
Mm-hmm.
The quality of the chopper builds coming out of Texas is world class. Mm-hmm. And having multiple bikes, but also having a Harley Davidson, I really can appreciate the level of detail that the chopper guys do.
Yeah. See, that's just something that hits home. Plus, you mentioned Harley.
Yeah.
I loved mine. Loved being the key word there. We're not going to go into that story.
Chris does not need to have things that go fast.
We need to get you back on 2 wheels.
I don't know.
Come down for a couple of days.
I don't know, man. This guy just won a RV drag race. So, Sean, I'm a little scared.
I saw that.
Yeah.
They can only go so fast.
I won't make you tell the story again, but I do have one.
What's that?
I won't make you tell the story again, but I do have questions.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, it was funny. I was like, I'm going to be talking to Michael. I need to talk to him about, we're going to take this thing on tour and do a lot of, the next step, flat track motorhome racing. That's,
don't let Chris, okay, Chris can drag race, yes, but he was actually asking me questions before he left. But those things can only go so fast.
Michael, I got ideas. I'm just saying.
I would not put him on a circle track, because if I was camera world, I would not let you do that, Chris, because that thing won't last.
Now look, 3 words.
I'd be flipping it.
No, 3 words: roll bars, spikes.
Lots of roll bars. Lots of roll bars.
Think about it.
Lots of patting all over Chris.
Chris, it's like RV racing is just a gateway drug to school bus racing, right?
That's right.
Oh God, I know. That's what I'm worried about. That is what I'm worried about.
I grew up in the Midwest. We used to go watch the school bus race.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
They've got them here in North Carolina.
Yes,
they do them in
do.
Charlotte. They do them in Charlotte every year, except for this year because of the pandemic. But
the school bus derbies, I have been a participant in a couple. I love it. I absolutely love it. Demolition derbies too. I mean, hey.
I love a demo derby, but yeah, Chris, you could do a demo derby. I'm cool with that, but I don't know about you racing that RV around a dirt surface track.
and Sean and Michael are also getting a really good feel for I should not be allowed around these gorgeous bikes we're going to have down there in Fort Worth, May 21st
not
through
if you
23rd.
want them to stay nice looking, no, because that will be the end. Chris will destroy all of them.
We've got a special waiver for you.
Yeah. Exactly.
It involves handcuffs and zip ties, hands behind my back.
Basically.
So I mean, so here's what I've learned so far. We got multiple races. Mm-hmm. There's a try it out aspect. Kids can participate. Mm-hmm. There's the ladies moto show. There's going to be demos, brand new reveals, a book debut,
Yes, I'm so interested in that.
And a North American champion that's going to get a chance to go compete in Europe. I mean, I know it's called the Get On Motofest, but y'all should be calling it the Get Out Motofest, because all the stuff you have going on, just get out.
Yes, get out of your house, go to this thing, because this sounds incredible. All of our race fans that are listening, I mean, I know you guys are used to going to other races and y'all are dying to race yourselves, but I mean, if you're not racing right now, or if you're looking for something new to race, you know, we know a lot of tracks aren't still open, so you know, this is your chance to try something new. Get out there, because I mean, it sounds incredible.
It's going to be awesome.
I want to get out there and hang out with the ladies that are on their bikes. I want to be one of them bike ladies.
Well, they've checked all the boxes. They've checked all the boxes. We got demos, we got races, we got reveals. I mean, you can try it out.
Yeah.
I mean, Sean was just talking about, look, we'll even let you feel what it feels like to pop a wheelie safely.
Except for Chris.
And in Texas, I mean, which, you know, thank God for Texas. We were just there a couple of weeks ago. It's beautiful. The weather's going to be great. Yeah. You're looking at Friday, May 21st from noon to 7, Saturday, the 22nd from 9 to 6, and Sunday, the 23rd from 9 to 6. I mean, I think, you know, just because of the ladies moto show and the book reveal, this would also make a good Mother's Day present.
Oh, great Mother's Day present.
Take your mom out to the track.
Right? For real.
Yeah. And Michael, I believe the flat track race is the Mission race. Is that right?
Oh, that's correct. The title sponsor is Mission Foods, who are a very proud Texas-based company and a new partner to us in 2021. We're all getting a little larger on the chips and salsa, but we'll find a solution for that.
Yeah, I've been doing it for years, my man. Just on the bus.
Hey, make sure while you're there, you hit up some Tex-Mex.
and Sean,
I keep telling myself that the salsa is, you know, it's fruit and vegetables.
That's right. It is.
It's fresh.
It is.
Fresh. It is. It's fruit and vegetables. And Sean, I've been checking out the site for JMP Cycles, and I'm hoping that with you guys' involvements, you'll also have a lot of great parts that people can pick up there, and also talk to some specialists about getting some good custom mods going.
Yeah, if you are a rider or you're thinking about gearing up to be a rider, what we're going to build is basically the largest aftermarket parts and accessories and gear motorcycle shop in the world for 3 days. I mean,
nice.
Over 50,000 square feet. Vance and Hines will be there. S&S will be there. We're actually doing installs, Arai, Shoei on the helmet side. So, 50 manufacturers will be there, answer people's questions, and then you'll be able to buy what you see, and you'll be able to install what you buy.
Wow.
Nice.
Man, let me tell you, they just checked all the boxes. Kids get in free.
Right.
Tickets are $15 in advance, $20 on event days. Still just awesome. I mean, they're also right there near Six Flags.
Yes.
Which, trust me, you can't even park for $20.
Exactly.
Six Flags.
You can't breathe on Six Flags for $20.
Yeah. So I mean, this is going to be way more fun. I absolutely love it. Who all do you expect to see come to the event, or who would you like to see come to the event?
Well, one thing that we're doing is we're selling a super ticket, and the super ticket gets you into the flat track race and gets you into all 3 days of the Get On Motofest for $39.
Nice.
For an adult.
Wow.
And so, we did a little bit of a discount on both sides so that people that wanted to go to the flat track race but didn't know if they wanted to go see the custom bikes, etc., and vice versa. So we've there's everybody would want to go see a flat track race on Saturday night. And so, when you say who do we hope to come? I mean, we want not just riders, but power sports fans, race fans, people that maybe have, always wanted to check out a flat track race, but they just need that little something extra to come over. And the Texas Motor Speedway is such a great venue. Like, as a race fan, how many times are you able to just go through the South Tunnel and be in the infield of the Texas Motor Speedway
for
$20?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There, smell the air.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah,
and to sit on a motorcycle at the same time.
Yeah, that's spot on. Yeah, that is spot on. Yeah, it's such a great area. It is such a great track. There's so many good restaurants around there too. Holy smokes!
Yeah, no kidding. If you like,
I was gonna say, if you like Tex-Mex barbecue, you're in heaven.
Oh yeah, yes, absolutely.
And who doesn't like Tex-Mex and who doesn't like barbecue?
I like
not any people I associate with. That's
right. That's right. So I got to know where, all these special tickets and everything going on, and all these specials going on. Where can our listeners go to find out more about not only the event but purchase their tickets before the sale's out?
Sure. I mean, you can do it one of two ways. You can either type in American Flat Track into your search engine, and that'll take you there, and you can buy the super ticket there. Or you can go to revzilla.com/Moto, MOTO, -Fest, FEST. And you can find out everything about it, where to stay, where to camp, pretty much everything but where to eat. But that's not a problem.
You don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, you
don't have to worry about that.
Just follow the smells.
Exactly.
That's awesome. Well, let me get one more thing from each of you about the show. Sean, if you could give me, one more, good little, what can somebody expect if they've never been to a moto show?
Yeah, I think what people are going to see is exactly what Ellen said at the beginning, which is, wow, this community of motorcycle riders is the friendliest, most inclusive, and yet the most badass community. Why wouldn't you want to be a part of it?
Amen.
Yeah. All right. And then, Michael, for those who've maybe never seen a flat track, with everything going on around this, tell me, with that whole carnival atmosphere, what am I going to see? Give me something else for the show.
You're going to see motorcycles doing what they do best. Loud, fast, sideways. Anyone who's never been to a flat track race before, they come for the first evening, and they all tell me they buzz on the way home.
That's right.
That's beautiful. Yes.
That's real racing.
Yeah.
You're still buzzing when you leave.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, gents, we look forward to catching up with you after the event. I know it's going to be a good one. Once again, we have been talking to Sean Laughlin, who is VP of JMP Cycles, Michael Locke, CEO of American Flat Track, about the Get On Motofest, which is coming up May 21st through the 23rd at the beautiful, right in between Dallas and Fort Worth. Man, I tell you, I can't wait. I can't wait to see you guys down at the Texas Motor Speedway just tearing it up.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you guys for joining us.
Look forward to seeing you there.
Yeah. Thank you so much, guys.
I can kind of tell that, I don't know if you could, but, I'm very perceptive. I don't think Michael's from Florida.
No, I don't. Well, no, I don't think he is either.
He could be.
I think he might have a little Southern boy in it, just a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what? But you know what? I know other people from Florida that are just like that. I think there is a Southern. There's a Southern part of Florida. But, I mean, listen to him talk about
the Keys,
the Gators out there. I don't know.
Well, no. I'm thinking that was a very refined British.
I don't know if I quite go British.
Yeah, or Welsh maybe. Well,
maybe.
I don't know.
Okay.
Well, whatever it is, I could hear him talk to me about flat track all day long.
I know, right? He has a very interview voice.
Yeah, and Sean, and Sean too. Both of them were. I was like, wow, these guys are putting my radio, my quote unquote radio voice to the test here. But no, Sean Laughlin, VP of JMP Cycles, and Michael Locke, CEO of the American Flat Track. Gentlemen, thank you both so much for joining us. What a great event the Get On Motofest is going to be. Ellen, is there any way we can get down there for that?
I wish. If I wasn't working that weekend, I'd be down there in a heartbeat. I mean, come on. I want to, number one, meet this author. And number two, I mean, there's a woman that is not afraid to tell her story on two wheels, despite any male domination. And, I might even get to ride a motorcycle while I'm down there. I mean, I've rode motorcycles, but it's always riding what they call the B word. And, I've always rode with guys driving. No! More like the backside. I feel like I'm always on the back of a motorcycle, but I'm never, I'm never the one driving. So I would get to drive too. That would be awesome.
Well, I mean, we know your record on driving, and it's
not as bad as yours. Of course, you did just want to race.
We're not talking about mine now, Ellen. But no, May 21st to the 23rd at the 21st to the 23rd at the Texas Motor Speedway, the Get On Motofest with flat track racing. I mean, multiple races, a tried out aspect. Kids can participate. That the ladies Motofest show.
Oh, I want to see that so bad.
That is going to be outstanding because I mean, she packages that show up and takes it around the country.
Exactly.
And the fact that the building competition is the only one in the U.S.
Exactly. I mean, I've seen some of these car building competitions, and yes, they're cool, but motorcycles, you could do so much more.
Yeah. So wild.
Yes.
And they have to run.
Yes.
So,
and not all these cars run, people. Sometimes they're just showmobiles.
Yeah, just show cars. They roll them off a trailer and park them on little carpet squares.
Exactly.
Demos. There's a new electric bike going to be there.
Yes, I wish I could see this electric bike. I want to see it race. I really do.
Once again, teasing me with an event I can't make it to.
I know, me too.
So, well,
next year, Chris. Next year.
Yeah,
hey,
next year.
We're telling you guys about it now, so that way you'll be ready next year, because Chris and I are doing this live from Motofest next year. I'm just saying.
Yes. So Texas Motor Speedway, the weekend of May 21st through the 23rd. For the Get On Motofest, be sure if you do go, if you're there, share your photos with RacingJunk on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
We want to see them. We're going to be jealous. So let us live vicariously through you.
Yeah, please. Just go ahead and make us jealous. Like Sean was saying, if you want more info, just go to AmericanFlatTrack.com or go to
Revzilla.
Yeah, Revzilla.com/MotoFest. So, Ellen, another fantastic job grabbing good guests that gave us great information. Tip of the hat to you, madam.
No problem. And next time, guys, we are going to try to come back a little earlier. I know we've been gone again for a while.
Yeah.
This pandemic is, it's all Chris's fault. It really is.
It's all my fault.
I was going to blame the pandemic, but I'm just going to go with your fault.
I'm easier to blame than the pandemic because it's gotten everything.
It has gotten everything. Blame for everything.
But we will be back with more and wait until you see what we got coming up next. You're absolutely going to love it. Yes. But please leave us some comments. Let us know what you liked, what you didn't like. We love hearing from you. And if you got any suggestions, or if you happen to be in the motorsports, racing, dirt, whatever, or you're just a builder, hey, reach out to us.
Yes.
Yeah, we'd love to talk to you. But Lil E, anything else you'd like to say before we wrap it up here on Behind the Wheel on RacingJunk.com?
No, I'm just looking forward to racing season, and we do want to hear from you guys. I mean, because it's racing season. You guys are getting back out there. We're not sitting at home racing on the computers anymore, so we want to hear from you. We want to hear about your race season. I don't care if you are a short track driver, if you race in the middle of nowhere. I want to know about it. So hit me up, hit us up on RacingJunk.com. We want to talk to you.
What'd you say? I unplugged my headphones.
Of course you did.